Who want one last trip to the long trail?
At the start of this video, I want to give a huge shout out to the Rave Cave. Lily, Hwoarang, and Bryan Fury's bios were updated to the website. We're going to start with Lily. Lily is interesting because a lot of people don't like her partnership with Asuka, and I think it has some potential to grow, but what I think doesn't matter. It's about what Tekken 8 does, and this is the start of it. Let's read. The daughter of an oil tycoon living in Monaco, Lily is a young lady who loves to fight. In order not to be found by her peace-loving father, she travels around the world in a private jet, challenging powerful enemies and refining her skills. Kind of like Akuma, kind of like Feng Wei. Lily is the female version of Feng Wei. Confirmed. It says all for the sake of defeating her eternal rival, who defeated her twice in the King of Iron Fist tournament. Lily, who bought the family dojo with pocket money, pocket change, coordinates the entire dojo with roses and sends a letter to Asuka. Imagining Asuka's angry face, Lily stroked her cat and smiled gracefully. This is actually kind of interesting because this frames their whole Lily and Asuka dynamic so differently than from what we were shown in the past. I want to very quickly read through Asuka's just to see if they changed something, because this is so different from what we were shown in hers. After defeating the rich lady of Lily in the King of Iron Fist tournament, which she previously participated in, she begins to be haunted. Lily's daring behavior escalated by the day, and she finally had a terrible experience. We were all wondering who is following Asuka. It says she is being haunted. Putting both of these bios together, it seems like it's just Lily who's haunting her. But at the same time, Asuka's story once again says that she doesn't have time for that. Lily is being petty with all of these games and shenanigans. Meanwhile, Kazuya is attacking the globe. So we'll see if their fight actually happens or not, because when you read Asuka's bio, it seems like she has greater things in mind. Jumping over to Hwoarang. A master of Taekwondo, Hwoarang sees Jin Kazama as his rival ever since the first fight ended in a draw. About half a year ago, so this is Tekken 7, he meets Jin once again in the Middle East. Its appearance with black wings was from when it once defeated Hwoarang in an instant. With all his might, Hwoarang succeeds in defeating the rampaging Jin. However, due to the invention of allied forces and international cooperation of Jin, disappeared again. I have to process this. Maybe the reason Hwoarang was able to defeat Jin is because Jin was kind of delusional. I made videos in the past talking about how he was running from soldiers, normal people. The Jin Kazama we know would stop and he would fry all those soldiers. So maybe Hwoarang was able to best him in his state. But if Jin Kazama was at 100%, maybe the odds would end differently. Now, here is the big boy, Bryan Fury. Bryan Fury has a built-in perpetual motion machine that generates inexhaustible energy, and as an immortal replicant, he destroys everything. Even after a dispute between G Corporation and the Mishima Zaibatsu was settled, he repeatedly fought in various places and was wanted by international police. So the part there where it says G Corporation and Mishima Zaibatsu was settled, that's talking about the death of Heihachi. But what this does say about Bryan Fury is that even though that whole thing stopped in Tekken 7, he still continued. The party never stops for Bryan Fury. It says the abnormality occurred in Bryan Fury during the street battle with anti-terrorism special forces, where the elite international police who once had enrolled were gathered. It is because it has been overworked on many battlefields, or is it the effect of physical memory? The perpetual motion machine suddenly went into a terminal runaway. Explosive power and pleasure scorched Bryan's brain and painted it red. When he regained consciousness, his surroundings has been turned into scorched earth. So that is a very muddied explanation of what happened, but I'll break it down to you guys. That perpetual generator that Dr. Boskanovich installed in him, since Bryan Fury is just going on and on and on and he's not stopping, it sounds like that starts to kick into overdrive, or it starts to, I don't want to say malfunction, but they call it a abnormality. It seems like that starts to kick into overdrive and like blows up or something like that. It says his brain is painted red and he loses consciousness. That basically describes exactly what Dr. Boskanovich kind of said. He said this thing is a emergency like situation, and maybe that's what it is. Like if an emergency happens, if Bryan Fury faces some kind of damage, some in a weird situation, maybe he unleashes this giant explosive shockwave. When he regained consciousness, his surrounding has been scorched into the earth. Are you really that Bryan? This is a question someone's asking. It says, a person who seems to know Bryan from the past muttered under the rubble. As if to answer that question, a dull blow sound and a roar laughter resounded. If I had to take a guess who this was, it's probably Paul Phoenix. Seeing Paul Phoenix being paired up with Bryan Fury in his trailer, they have that rivalry dynamic intro or whatever it's called. It's probably Paul Phoenix who's going to face Bryan Fury mano a mano. It kind of sucks that it's not Yoshimitsu, but you know, I really don't care. You know, Yoshimitsu, he could do his own thing. The fact that we just have Paul Phoenix, a iconic character, tackling another iconic character, Bryan Fury, pretty interesting. I'm interested to see what happens with all of these. Really, it seems like all of these is setting up a greater story that is just waiting to be told. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.